Since the Senate already convened the impeachment court, we are positive na magtutuloy-tuloy ito. And in as far as the 11 prosecutors is concerned, kami po ay ready to appear before the impeachment court. Yes, we have in fact a huge number of private prosecutors. All of them are on a voluntary basis, and that is why we are grateful, we are thankful to all these private lawyers who are really offering help to the public prosecutors. Please bear with us as we cannot announce yet the list of our private prosecutors. So today, as everybody knows, last day ng filing ng answer ng respondent vice president, at nakamonitor din po ang buong prosecutors ng House of Representatives, no? As soon as we receive the answer from the Vice President, we will be starting to prepare our reply, which is supposed to be filed within the non-extendable period of 5 days, no? So, sana matapos namin within the week para lahat ng responsive pleadings filed now with the impeachment court. So after the receipt of the answer and subsequently of the reply, we will be looking forward to the conduct of pre-trial conference, no? Etong pre-trial conference na ito, this is supposed to simplify the presentation of evidence and witnesses which will happen during the trial. To be specific, kapag sinabi nating pre-trial conference, nagsasubmit tayo ng stipulation of facts, and then we respond whether to admit or to deny the stipulation of the defense team. We also submit the list of the witnesses, and we do the marking also of the exhibits, which will be very, very helpful to us, considering that 3 out of 4 articles have voluminous documents to consider, no? Ano itong tatlong articles ng 4 articles of impeachment which entail a lot of documentary evidence. First and foremost is the confidential fund, second is the bribery, and third is the unexplained wealth, no? So we look forward to attending the pre-trial conference, which according to news report ay sa June 15 daw. And after this pre-trial conference, the initial date for trial, again, according to news report, will be on July 6, no? Ang apprehension lang po namin, the prosecution team, while we have these dates coming from news reports, actually wala po tayong official notice about the schedule of pre-trial conference. We have no official information, as a matter of fact, whether papayagan ba o hindi itong pre-trial conference na ito. And even the first schedule of the trial, wala pa rin po tayong official na notice from the impeachment court. But we look forward that since the Senate already convened the impeachment court, we are positive na magtutuloy-tuloy ito. And in as far as the 11 prosecutors is concerned, kami po ay ready to appear before the impeachment court. As we have shared before, nagkaroon po ng assignment of articles of impeachment. Ito pong 4 articles are being led by one public prosecutor. Like for threat, our team leader is SDML Noy Defensor. For confidential fund, it's now Congressman Joel Chua. Because I yielded to all the team leaders, I will not be leading anymore an article of impeachment, no? For bribery, it is now Congressman Keith Flores, and for unexplained wealth, it is Congressman Terry Ridon. Hanggat hindi po natatapos ang presentation of evidence, please anticipate that there will be changes on the assignment of prosecutors, no? After all, ito po ay exclusive authority ng prosecution to decide on how we will present our evidence, who to present, what to present, and when to present them, no? So right now, full swing po ang aming preparation. We are reading a lot of materials where we have workshops and we do mock trials as well. This is as we approach the schedule, although unofficial, of the pre-trial conference as well as the trial, which will be on June 15 and July 6, respectively. For the 11 prosecutors, rest assured that we are ready to fulfill our mandate under the Constitution. That would be all for my opening statement.
Thank you, Chairperson Luisra. May we hear now from Assistant Majority Leader Cruz.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Kami din po ay nagpapasalamat din sa pagkakataon na amin naman pong mailahad yung pong pangunahin na trabaho namin po bilang mga representante ng aming pong mga distrito o ng mga sektor na aming pong nire-represent. At yan po ay yung ating iba't ibang legislative measures. So we are happy and proud to advise all that out of the 52 LEDAC measures ay meron na pong 20 na naipasa na po on third and final reading, and we hope before po tayo mag-adjourn ng ating pong session ay makapagpasa pa po kami ng additional na 6 po na mga priority LEDAC measures, which as you all know ay yung pong priority work plan po na as agreed by the executive at ng legislative. So we're here to entertain any questions on the bills and the measures that we are currently tackling in the plenary and in the various committees po. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you po, Ma'am Cruz. Let us now hear from Assistant Majority Leader Roman, sir.
Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Tulad sinabi ni Congressman Agay, nandito po kami para sagutin mga tanong tungkol sa bilis o galaw ng mga panukalang batas na nakasalang po sa House of Representatives. Tuloy-tuloy po yung trabaho namin sa mga committee meetings. Kung kino-cover nyo po, marahil nakikita nyo yung tagisan ng mga pananaw at sa pinaryo po. Naging masigasig naman yung mga pag-uusap. Nakakatuwa, last week po, meron po kaming mga on third reading, 36 ang pumasa, 5 ang national, 31 ang local, at meron hong 29 na panukalang batas na pumasa sa second reading, 8 ang national at 21 ang local. Ang nais po sana namin mangyari bago ho mag-adjourn ay maipasa na on third reading yung 6 na LEDAC measures na pumasa ho na second reading last week. So tuloy lang po yung aming trabaho. Yun po aming mandato sa ilalim na batas ay maging mambabatas. Kaya ang panukat po sa amin yung dami po at ganda po ng mga panukalang batas na isinusulong namin. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, sir. We will now open the floor for questions. Let us hear from Haji Camino from Brigada for the first question. Haji.
Good morning po, Kongs. First, on the impeachment po muna kay Kong Jinky. May private prosecutors na po, Chair.
As I have said before, we have more than enough private prosecutors, only that we are not yet done finalizing as to who will be entering their appearance as private prosecutors and who will be working as part of our legal and research team, no? So, to your question, yes, we have in fact a huge number of private prosecutors. All of them are on a voluntary basis, and that is why we are grateful, we are thankful to all these private lawyers who are really offering help to the public prosecutors. Please bear with us as we cannot announce yet the list of our private prosecutors as we still continue to assess who will be joining the trial and who will be joining the preparation of the public prosecutors.
Ma'am, okay. Ma'am, although wala pa po kayong formal notice whether it's July 6 na nga po yung trial proper, but there were calls po kasi na i-reconsider yung date, lalo't meron po ngayong kinreate na subcommittee on the flood control controversy ang Senado. Kumbaga baka daw po matakpan yung o mailihis daw po yung usapin ng impeachment.
May we know kung saan nanggagaling yung calls to reconsider the date of July 6?
I think one of the trial spokespersons, Kong Zia, parang nanawagan na i-reconsider man na po.
Well, my reaction to that is, let us remember that the mandate of the Constitution, that is to be forthwith, is not only with respect to convening the impeachment court. It says trial forthwith. In other words, by trial, we mean presentation of evidence, presentation of witnesses. If ever there will be changes to July 6, it should be earlier and not later. That is if our intention is to respond to the mandate of the Constitution, which says trial forthwith.
Good noon po, Kongs. Kay Representative Luis po. Hanggang 7 p.m. po yung ibinibigay na deadline kay VP Duterte para po mag-file ng kanyang answer sa articles of impeachment. If ever po na isubmit niya yung kanyang answer, ano po ang reaction ng House Prosecution Panel?
Well, we will be welcoming the answer of the Vice President, no? Remember, ang mga allegation of offenses in the current articles of impeachment is almost similar to the allegation of offenses in the articles of impeachment back in the 19th Congress. Suffice it to say, ang tagal na po na naghihintay ng taong bayan ng kasagutan ng ating Vice Presidente. And even us, the 11 prosecutors, are looking forward to see the answers of the Vice President to this allegation of offenses. So for us, itong araw na ito, finally, makikita na natin ang kasagutan ng ating Vice Presidente. Let us recall that during the Justice Committee proceeding, wala po tayong nakuhang responsive answer to the allegations of offenses. Those which were alleged in their answer are all constitutional issues which are still pending before the Supreme Court, no? Ang gusto po sana namin, which I believe ito rin ang inaasahan ng taong bayan, yung mismong kasagutan sa usapin ng threat, kasagutan sa usapin ng misuse of confidential fund, kasagutan dito sa usapin ng unexplained wealth and non-disclosure to SALN, at yung kasagutan din sa usapin ng bribery. Ang gusto po sana natin, answer which respond directly, totoong tumutugon sa mga aligasyon na nilalaman ng articles of impeachment. And we believe na maging ang taong bayan ay matagal nang hinihintay ang kasagutan ng Vice Presidente.
Alright. Nung 19th Congress po kasi, sabi nyo nga po kanina, almost similar po yung complaint nung 19th Congress at saka ngayong 20th Congress. Does that mean, are you expecting a different answer from the camp of the Vice President?
We are hoping for a different answer, no? Kung babalikan nyo yung answer dun sa first impeachment complaint 19 Congress at saka yung answer sa Justice Committee dito sa current impeachment process, hindi na nagkakalayo. All issues of due process, constitutional questions, no? This time around, we are hoping na finally makita natin ano ang paliwanag ng Vice Presidente sa mga aligasyon na noon pang 19th Congress ay hinihintay na ng taong bayan.
What if ganun pa rin po ang response, questioning the process, the impeachment process in the House of Representatives? Ano pong magiging tugon nyo po? I-maximize nyo po rin po ba yung...
Them can decide what defense they will raise to the allegations of offenses, no? And our reaction to that will be to respond by way of reply to their answer and look forward to the conduct of the pre-trial conference and ultimately trial. Ang matagal na pong hinihintay ng taong bayan ay ang makita ang bawat ebidensya na sumusuporta sa mga aligasyon laban sa Vice Presidente at ito naman po ay mandato ng konstitusyon. So I hope magtuloy-tuloy na po at dumating na po tayo sa presentation of evidence, which is the meaning of trial. Pag sinabi natin pong trial, ilalatag na ang mga ebidensya. And on the basis of the presentation of that evidence, of course, the senator judges will be rendering judgment. And by judgment, dalawa lang po yan. It's either conviction or acquittal. Our rule does not provide for remand. Our rule does not provide for dismissal. Our rule does not provide for clarification. Dalawa lamang po ang nakasaad sa rules of impeachment ng Senado. It is either conviction or acquittal, wala na pong iba.